Okay, on behalf of the club, the current chairman, myself, at this present time in the history of the club, we're here sitting amongst a couple of what we call past members, and we're just trying to piece a little bit of information as part of the memento, or to be a memento for the great occasion that we're going to hopefully celebrate here tomorrow evening, being the official opening of Moore O'Farrell Park. And we have, as I say, Johnny Casey, Jay Butler, Tom Forde, Jim Pender, and we have Shay Dunne here, who, as we say, I'm only a blow in, so I've drawn on these men who, with their depth of knowledge, we might just put some little history together of the club, which will form, as I say, part of the great celebration we're going to have tomorrow.
Johnny's the head man here, you mate.
Okay,
we're only just...
the re-establishment of the club took place, I believe, in 2001, and I'm led to believe that it lay dormant for almost 18 odd or 20 odd years due to one reason or another, and thankfully with the efforts of a number of people in 2001 the club was re-established and got back on the ground. Johnny, can you maybe tell us who the lads at that time might have been involved in the club, who took upon themselves to get the thing revved up again and get the old green and gold out on the field?
In 2001?
In 2001, yeah. And
well, I'd say John Miller was the main spoke in the wheel anyway.
Yeah, I believe so.
John Miller and Declan McGrath. And
Leo.
And Leo Hickey.
Tomas Kavanagh, Johnny.
Tomas Kavanagh, Jim Miller, Mrs. Miller, Mrs. Kavanagh.
And that first chairman, what was his name? I remember.
What's
the first chairman at the time?
Lawless,
yeah.
Was he the first chairman?
At that time, I believe he was, yeah.
Or was Eamon Harkin the chairman?
No, he came second one, Johnny.
Oh, was he? Aidan Lawless was the first chairman.
So how did it actually come about? Did it obviously, you know, the numbers, the population at that time in the village wasn't exactly booming, as they say.
No, well, I suppose the good times were starting, weren't they? And the development of the village was starting.
True, and it was just the
everyone thought, I suppose, the thought that the population was going to increase. The same as it did in every village, like in every town. Like Munstreven, cheers after spreading his wings enormously. And sure, back in the years, I know there was a very small number of houses and that around here, but sure, since 2001, or back before that, the boom started.
Yes. Well, it was just around it as well at the same time.
And sure, the population, it says, is 4 times greater than it was back in 2001 today. Even.
The first time actually they played, they only had 13 or 14, they even hadn't a team.
At that time, Jay?
Yeah.
In 2001, yeah.
Things were enough now.
So as the fellow says, it started from humble beginnings.
And there was people from the village and from the Southland playing with Ballykelly and Munstreven. And they're waiting to get them back.
Okay. Not a lot of change there, as the fellow says.
Well, the same thing
they have to soldier on.
Same
still, yeah.
In terms then of location, I suppose, I believe that there were a number of locations for the field, Tom. Did you know where did they start out then in 2001? Was it down at the church here, or?
Yeah, down at the church, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
And what about times before that, where, I believe that there were a number of, Jay, was there?
Paddy Billings was one before that.
Where's that?
Up here, this entrance. The first one was in a place called the Clump.
The Clump.
Down there near the Nanny Cross.
Very good.
It was still in Moore O'Farrell's. It was still in the estate.
So it was on the right as you go to Kildare.
No, it'd be on the left.
On the left, all right, okay.
You know where the house is built there, the entrance, the first entrance.
Yes.
As you go on for the Nanny Cross.
Right.
It was directly, that house is built where the pitch was.
Very good.
And they used to tug out in the wood there.
And when were they there, would you know?
Oh, back in the 50s.
Really?
I'd say that they left, if my memory serves me now, I'd say they left there about 1952, 53.
Very good.
And they moved up here where Jay's talking about.
Okay.
Here just inside the entrance there on the left hand side.
How long were they there for, Jay?
I'd say 10 years.
10 or 15 years.
10 or 15 years.
Right.
The best pitch in Ireland, actually.
Then they moved us over to the other side.
And we've been there since our current move then to where we are. And all the time then, the Moore O'Farrell obviously support, and you obviously knew the man himself.
Oh, yeah.
Great man to support the cause.
Oh, he was, yes. Or support anything.
Only foreman said there'd be nothing.
In
Like, there'd be no pitch only farmland.
Of course.
There was a pitch before that. No, I wouldn't remember, but I heard them talking about it. It was down here.
The pier field, is it not?
No, it was down here in Carrollsfield.
Oh, right.
They're at the back of the chapel.
Yeah.
But that's a way back.
Good. So I suppose during all that time there had to be a number of players that maybe wore a white shirt for Kildare or maybe got close to it. Can you remember any of that, Tom? Or I believe there's a man in Shorty Sexton, I heard the name being mentioned. Do you know him, Seamus? Remember him? You
I
know?
remember him, he lived just down from Kildangan Centre, the Burring, you know, it's called,
He's obviously related to Charlie.
Charlie, yeah.
I'll be an uncle of Charlie.
And where did he play, or what did he?
He was in goals.
And he got a run with the county.
He did. He was supposed to be the first man to lead our team by his band around.
Go away.
Oh,
So you're talking what time of the
I
day?
have a feeling he played for Leinster one time.
What years are we talking?
Well,
there?
you're going back into the 40s.
So you go back then, yeah.
And Kildangan had a great, but then there was only the two teams in the parish at the time. There was only Munster and Kildangan.
Right.
And then Kildangan took in Nurney and Boolia, all that area.
So there was no Nurney, for instance.
There was no Nurney.
Right.
There was only the two teams, was Kildangan and Munster.
Very good.
And
was there anyone else then, aside from Shorty, that got a run with the county?
There were several, like Hal Conway. He was over from Nurney direction, or the Commons.
Right.
And
Conway, yeah.
Joe Pender.
Right.
Joe is living in a tie.
He played minor.
He played minor. The two fives played minor. John Rowan played minor. Martin Carroll played minor. And Martin went on to play for Ballykelly then, and he played county junior.
Very good.
And I think he might have got a run once or twice in the senior team.
He worked in Burns, he died. He played with Kildangan.
Rich Carney.
Yeah, Rich Carney.
But Rich didn't get a run in the county now.
No word of white.
But
Did he
No,
not?
I don't
No,
think
he
so.
told me he did now. That's why he
you see, if Nurney didn't form back, or first in Nurney, Kildoon formed first,
Yeah.
Right.
back in the 60s.
Right.
But then that sort of broke up Kildangan.
And that's over that direction, obviously.
That would be
over
us.
towards
They were all part of Kildangan.
Kildoon, yeah. Martin's a
The
kind
tendency,
of
I suppose, the whole time is to move in, to play for Munster. I don't know why it was. I suppose lads got married and the women from Munster.
It was a town, I suppose. That's where
Then
work was
the
maybe at the
town
time. And
this area here, everyone finished their school and went to secondary school in there. And I suppose, there was a great camaraderie between the Munster crowd and the Kildangan crowd. I suppose always like that. And then I suppose I don't know. It was hard to keep the club going at that time. When Kildoon started up anyway.
Okay, very good.
And then Ballykelly started up in 1953, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You see, Munster broke up into two then. Ballykelly formed in 1953.
Yes, very good.
So then it ended up that you had Ballykelly, Munster and
Kildoon.
or then it went from Kildoon to Nurney.
To Nurney, yeah.
And so that left three teams.
All quite close in the same parish,
parish.
really, literally the same.
Kildangan in the middle of the whole lot.
And the population wasn't
Kildangan
great
and
at the
Nurney went
time.
together.
Who's that, Shay?
Kildangan and Nurney went together that time.
And how long did that stay together?
Not very long.
It's interesting.
A few of them.
Well, it's set together actually nearly to the present day, like. Really.
Well, there were very few.
No, there's no very odd one now from Kildangan.
You know Kildangan man.
T-Burn and
P.J. Byrne
Francis
finished
Byrne.
his time with him.
Francis Stein.
And Francis Stein never must have.
Yeah, he played with Nurney for a while as well.
He did, and so did
So you did as well.
a very short time.
You did.
So you defected a little bit, Johnny, did you? You took a bit of a defection.
Wasn't supposed to say
Well, there was no team in Kildangan, of course, at the
you were
time.
playing beside me, Howard.
Which big?
Going back for your now.
Oh, big, was it?
And you hear what I said? Mick took a fair cup and he cupped up boots of cigarettes and everything.
He coughed
That
up
was the
butts
start
of
of it.
cigarettes.
Boots of cigarettes and everything. He got down in million.
That was the start off. And
Liam Buckley as well.
Buckley Liam played in goals here for Kildangan for years. He was a good goalie.
Yeah, we could always do one of those anyway, couldn't
There was some great footballers. Tomas Kavanagh was a great footballer.
we? Was he? Yeah, good man. Yeah, well, sure,
The John Pender down from Cloney, he was a great footballer.
Yeah, very good.
It was a good team here that time now.
So it has, as the fella says, like most clubs throughout the country, it has its own little bit of history and a bit of
It has, yeah.
things that happened and
Well,
went
we have a
on.
lot of history, I suppose, if you wanted to go back into.
Yeah, well, I suppose if we were here all night, we could drag it all out. We might get more fag butts coming out of fellas' noses and everything else. But no, so I suppose that brings us to the modern time.
That was in Newbridge.
Was it?
Yes, it is. Remember well. Was that the match?